Hey, everybody. I hope you're having a great day. This is your girl, Aly. Welcome to the show, Making Connections with Aly. You guys know we're here every Saturday at 12 noon and every Monday at 2 p.m. And you guys, as you saw, a bunch of flyers going through in the opening, different things going on. A lot of them pertain to our guest today, Miss Tiffany Brown. And so we're going to talk about some of the things that she has going on, but I do want to talk about an event that's happening today. There's several events happening today. There's a Stop the Violence event, and there's also a Breaking the Silence event, which will be happening tonight at 6 p.m. The doors open at 6. It'll be at Central Piedmont Community College, Tate Hall. The address is 1206 Elizabeth Avenue, and is talking about domestic violence, sexual assault awareness, and it's also a fundraiser. And so, if you guys are interested in coming out, go to Eventbrite. The admission is free, but just register just so they'll know how many people are coming. But that is happening tonight. I will be there tonight. And so, like I said, a lot of the other events are things that Miss Tiffany Brown is involved in. She's always in the community. Ever since I've known her, she's always been doing something for somebody else to help somebody along the way, to encourage people because she's been through a lot in her life. And when you go through things, and you've lived through it and you've become the victor after that, you tend to pay it forward. And so that's what she does with her life. And so, Tiffany, welcome back to the show. You guys know she was here when she released her first book, Reality Check. And so, Tiffany, in case this is the people's first time seeing you, I want to give you opportunity to tell a little bit about yourself.
Yes. So I'm Tiffany. Hello, everybody. Thank you for joining us today. Aly, thank you for having me on again. I definitely appreciate you staying connected to me, following my journey, supporting me, and I truly, truly appreciate it. Um, I am a mom first above all else. I am also a wife. I'm an author. I'm a businesswoman. I have my own businesses, plural.
Right.
So I'm also a domestic violence and sexual assault advocate. I do not call myself a survivor anymore. I call myself a thriver because I feel like I've kind of graduated from the survivor stage. I'm doing well. It's very little moments where I have triggers anymore. I feel like I have graduated from that and I'm thriving to help other people and thriving in my own life. And I've moved past those things that were holding me back during my healing journey. So um,
Mhm.
I am also a social worker. I've been a social worker for over 12 years and currently working on getting my license to become a clinical mental health therapist. So that's the quickness of of what I do,
Is
who
that
I
all you
am.
do, Tiffany? Is that all? I mean, come on.
Yeah,
Honey,
yes,
just
yes,
being when you started off with mother, that alone is like, oh wow, and she has
yes,
time to do other things. Yes,
yes,
but yes,
yes,
she
ma'am.
is a mom of three. How exciting
Uh,
is that to have the twins? And then how old is the baby?
so she's
She's
13
one.
months now.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. So the twins are 14 and then I have a 13-month-old. So basically started all over. Um, it's I don't know, I don't want to say shocking or surprising, but there's just so many things that is available for babies now that wasn't available when the twins were here. I mean,
Yeah.
just stuff that just kind of could make a mama lazy because there's so many things. There's so many things out here for kids now that it's like anything that you can think of at this point in life as a mom, as a new mom, it's like it's somewhere. It's at Walmart, Target, online, Etsy, something. So
Right.
I feel like it's easier this time having one child versus two to take care of. But the twins were
Hello.
Oh,
That's her
hey.
hubby, Cedric. How are you?
Good. How you doing? I just give him kisses for my kisses.
Yeah. So it's definitely, I mean, the twins were my first momming experience. So it's definitely easier this time, but I feel like I was better prepared with this
Yeah.
baby.
Yeah. But I think even saying that you're giving some mom hope. Okay, okay. She says there's resources, so maybe I just haven't looked, far enough. So, because sometimes you
Yeah.
just get frustrated and you just don't. You just like I don't know what to do. So
Right.
I think still you're giving somebody hope that okay, if I just calm down, if I do the work, look at keep googling and go to these websites, I can find what I need. Right.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. And feel free to reach out to me. I don't mind talking to moms, especially when it comes to trying to make sure that y'all have the resources that you need. That's my career, and as a social worker, is making sure people are connected to what they need. So yeah, there's a lot of resources out here. I mean, probably for anything that you might need for your baby at this point, there's some kind of resources. Want to do a shout out to God's Gift Baby Ministry, that is
Hmm.
owned by Belinda Houston, and co-owned by my beautiful poet and advocate Nicole Williams. They're both advocates, and they have God's Gift Baby Ministry that helps mothers with getting clothes and toiletries and diapers, cribs, everything for moms that are needing things for their babies. They specialize in younger kids, but they can get things for older kids. I know because the twin stuff, I give everything to her, so she can help with your children no matter what age, what size. So God's Gift Baby Ministry, you can find her on Facebook and Instagram.
Yes, I love it. I love it. See, this is what this is about. Letting people know about the resources, right, that are needed. And so,
Right.
but I definitely want to get into because you wrote your book, Reality Check. Tiffany, you're probably
Mhm.
gonna have to do part two because like you do so much. I don't have time to go through everything thoroughly. But you the reality check and then your book two came out. So tell them a little bit about reality check and how it led to book two of conditions. And I got that book. I meant to have it with me. I have it.
Yeah,
I have
I know
it.
you do. I know you do. Sure. So, Reality Check is a series. And so the first book, Reality Check, it is a book about survival. Each book has kind of its own theme. So this one is survivor story, and it's really about a young woman who is very established. She's in her career. She's also a social worker. She is helping her community, and she survives a violent attack. So the book really starts off very, very strong. So I always tell people to be ready for the beginning of it because it's very strong. It might trigger some people. So she suffers a violent attack, and it's really her journey, her healing journey, to getting back to herself, to questioning her sexuality, looking at her friends and her family differently, and kind of getting through, just how do I move forward from this victimization and not letting it hold her back. And as an advocate, that's what we are there for, to push people forward, to help past, the traumas that they've been through. But it introduces the series characters. So there are
Right.
two other very strong characters in this book in Reality Check. So really you are learning about three strong women in this book, and the series is basically going to be following them through their triumphs. So it's a very strong book. It has lots of drama. It could be a soap opera if we really wanted it to be. So if you like a book that's fast paced, that has some strong female characters, some strong male characters, because we have several in this book. We have fathers, we have romantic interest, we have a former drug dealer. So there's a lot going on in this book, for everybody. I've had men, women, teenagers, older people, mamas have read this book and have gotten great reviews from all, including men. So I always put that out there that this book is not just for
Right.
women, it's for men too. And it also would be perfect for, more mature um, teenagers, early 20s, because the two other characters in the book are teenagers. They're between 16 and 18 years old. So it talks about their struggles in the book too. And one of them identifies as LGBT. So there's so much going on in this book. I gave a lot of books to the Time Out Youth organization here in Charlotte because they help adolescents who identify as LGBTQ, and they love the book as well. So it touches a lot of different people, and men use the LGBT community, marriages, couples. So there's a lot going on in there, but I'm not saying it because it's mine. Go look at the reviews. Go on Amazon, look at the reviews. Go
Right,
to my Facebook,
exactly.
look at the reviews. So yeah, I'm very excited about it. So the second book, which you actually had in the intro, is Conditions. I don't have it physically in my hand because I'm finishing it, but Conditions is coming out, and it's a love story, and it's the follow up to one of the teens that was in the first book. She's now a young lady, and she is was also a victim of something traumatic in Reality Check, the first book. And so this is her navigating again who she is, navigating love, what that looks like, uh, and just it goes through the nuances of finding love, good love, healthy love, um, and again about sexuality. Choosing when to um, have that moment with somebody. I
Mm.
I talk to ladies all the time. And I remember telling my girlfriend one time, I said, look, you're single, you're out here dating. Don't be giving up your cookies all fast now. Don't be doing that.
Amen. Right.
Men more when you ain't giving up the cookies right away. So, I just this book is talking about, just having respect for yourself. Um, all of us make mistakes. We're women. We
Oh
get
yeah.
infatuated, we lust, we do things that we regret later. And so this book is just really about finding love and going through those muddy waters of finding love, and when's the right time to do this and when's the right time to have to do that. And this book has a lot of topics in it too. It's talking about interracial relationships. It's talking about sexuality again. It's talking about love, finding yourself, loving yourself. um, Very strong women characters, very strong male characters that are introduced in this one that were also from the first one. So it's going to be nice. I'm looking forward to it. July 23rd is hopefully the debut, and you should have an invitation, Miss Allie, July 23rd to celebrate with friends, family, and those who have been supporting me. So that should be the debut of Conditions, a Love Story.
Yes. July 23rd. I can't wait. It's right around the corner. So listen, if you haven't read Reality Check, you have time to get that and read that so you'll be ready when conditions come out. Because I'm gonna tell you, once you finish that, you're gonna be rolling and be like, come
Yes.
on, Tiffany.
Yes. You're going to be ready for the second one. So what I'm doing this morning is, Allie, I'm going to let you choose, but I'm giving away 2 copies of Reality Check. They'll be signed copies. So I'll let you choose who the winners are going to be based on
Okay.
comments and interactions
Okay.
today.
Okay. We'll do that. I like that. See, and she's always such a giver. You see what I'm saying? You gotta follow Tiffany because I mean, but I like, the fact that you have different characters, and like you said, even for the men and the youth, it's a good read because I think sometimes when you don't understand that situation, you don't
Mhm.
understand when a woman's been abused and you're trying to love her and she's kind of closed off, you don't understand what's going on. You just think, what's wrong with this chick?
Right.
But I
Right. That's
think when you read these types of books and you kind of see their thought patterns, you see what they're going through. You find out they have triggers, and even
mm,
though something you're doing is definitely to love them, it triggers a memory. It triggers a feeling. And so I think it's a good read. And even for the youth, like you said, there's things to watch out for. There's things
right.
that you get kind of you see some patterns, you see some what we call red flags and things like that, but you're like, oh, maybe I'm just, but no, your intuition when it's talking to you, it's good to listen, right, Tiffany?
Very true. Very true. That's very true. Very true.
And so when can they I know your website, Jonathan just put it up, www.tiffanybrown.com. Can they order the book from there, and where else can they order Reality Check?
Yeah, so they can order Reality Check right off of my website, which is correct, tiffanylbrown.com. You can also go ahead and pre-order Conditions so that you are
Oh,
on the list to get it. It's on my website, but you can also get it off of Amazon. So if you are going on Amazon, I would Google first Reality Check by Tiffany Brown, and that will get you to it quicker than going on Amazon because there's a couple of books named Reality Check. So if
yeah.
you Google Reality Check by Tiffany Brown, you'll start seeing several things come up, and one of them will be at Amazon.
Yes. Listen, y'all, get the book so we can be ready for conditions. I'm excited about that. And so, as Tiffany said, she's an advocate, for domestic violence and sexual assault and different things like that. So, tell us, I mean, because sometimes people have overcome it, so we think, but I like the way you said you're not just surviving now, because surviving just means, okay, I got through it. Okay, I'm past it. But it doesn't mean you're thriving. It doesn't mean you're truly moving ahead. So, what was that difference? How did you know, okay, but I'm not moving forward?
Yeah, so I was sorry, I was tagging God's Gift Baby Ministry
Oh,
in
you're
the
fine. Look,
yeah.
Jonathan Johnson's like, jump on Tanya so you can win the win the prize.
I see that. I see that. So yeah, so one thing, being a speaker and talking about domestic violence to audiences, or even small groups. I was facilitating monthly sessions at Safe Alliance, and we were talking to the women that were there at the shelter about surviving domestic violence. And one of the main things that I always wanted to make sure that victims know that if you are a survivor of domestic violence, sexual assault, or any violent attack on you, um, you have to move past the victim state of mind. So it starts with your mental. And that's even while you're in the relationship. So you're in the relationship, you realize that this is abuse. You realize that you're being treated like crap. You might not even know that it's abuse because a lot of people feel like domestic violence, you have to be hit and you have to have a black eye and you have to have broken
Right,
bones, stuff like that. You don't. Domestic violence comes in so many different forms. So they come in physical. It could be physical abuse where you are being hit. It could be sexual abuse. Just because you're married or you have a boyfriend doesn't mean that he can take sex from you. So you have the physical abuse, you have the sexual part of domestic violence. And sexual abuse usually is part of the physical abuse because he's your abuser and he thinks that he or she. So let me back up.
right.
The abuser can be a man or a female.
True.
Women are just as deadly as men. So they can, a lot of times, they use their power over you for sex. So not only are you dealing with the domestic violence, physical hitting part of it, you're also dealing with rape. And then you have the emotional, where they're calling you names, making you feel like shit. Sorry for the thing, but it's true.
It's true.
Calling you out of your name. They like to say the B word and they like to make you seem like you're this promiscuous slut or a hoe, or they want to put you down so much to the point that you are broken down and you start losing yourself.
Right,
And usually all of these things are together. There's not usually one without the other. And
right,
then you have financial abuse where you have to depend on them financially. So either they don't want you working because that's their way of controlling you, or you are working but they control all of your finances, or you have to account for the little penny that you spend. So there's so many different forms of domestic violence that um, it's needed that we understand, women and men understand that there are all different forms of domestic violence. And they can be at a range 10 or they can be at a range 1. But if it's at a
Mhm.
range 1 now, he's putting you down, he's making you feel like crap, or he wants to know your every move. You can't go out with your girlfriends without him calling you every 5 minutes. It's going to escalate. And mentally, it's going to affect you.
Right.
And so there has to be a point where mentally you register that this is not right. This relationship is not healthy. This relationship is toxic. And this is not what I need for myself. So once you realize that there's an issue, now you have to know in your heart and in your mind that you deserve better, girl or guys. I don't need to take this
Mhm.
crap from this woman. And
Right.
so there has to be a point where you say, I don't deserve this. I need to move forward, or I need to get out of this relationship, man or woman or child, because teenagers are going through domestic
Yes.
violence too
Yes.
at a very alarming rate. They're one of the highest populations that are dealing with domestic violence or interpersonal violence. Domestic violence is any violence or any form of abuse between someone you have a romantic interest. So you don't have to be married. You could just be dating someone who is abusing you. And
Absolutely.
it happens with our kids, our teenagers. I see it a lot with the young ladies in the school system. And so you have to make a mental decision that I deserve better and that I don't have to take this mess from nobody.
Right.
And so it starts with your mental. And once you know in your heart and your mind that you don't deserve this, that you can do better, that there is better, no matter your background, because a lot of times you don't know any better.
Exactly.
And I'm going to say that again. You don't know any better because you've lived it as a child. You watched your mom or your dad get beat up or abused. Your mama was constantly putting your daddy down, telling him that he wasn't worth nothing. Or your daddy was telling your mama that she was a hoe and she was a this and she wasn't worth nothing. You saw him hit her, kick her, slap her, punch her. You
Right.
saw your mama unhappy. You saw your daddy unhappy. And some of you, unfortunately, even experienced it yourselves. So now your idea of love is your dad hitting you, hurting you, touching you, unfortunately, sexually doing something to you. And now you're an adult. And now that's what you think love is. And that's not love. That's
Right.
not the way. Love should not hurt, even though love does hurt sometimes. Let's just be real. That's not a true statement. Even in healthy relationships, sometimes love hurts because you're
Yeah.
not perfect. But it shouldn't hurt physically, sexually, emotionally, mentally to the point that you lose yourself. You're in danger. You're worried about whether you're going to survive another day and all
Mhm.
of those unhealthy things. So it's
Right.
your mental. You have to realize that you deserve better, that you want better. And ladies and gents, I'm going to say, if you don't think about yourself, please think about your kids. You don't want them to repeat the cycle. I was in that cycle. I watched a lot of things in my household growing up. I lost, you know, I dealt with childhood trauma within my
Yeah.
family, physical, sexual, mental, emotional. And as a young woman, I almost every relationship I was in was abusive in some way, shape, or form until I said enough is enough
Right.
because I was tired of being abused, tired of being treated like crap. I've had men hit me, slap me, threaten to throw me off a 10-floor building.
Mm.
I've sexually assaulted multiple times.
Yeah.
I had a husband who thought that he could take it from me on several occasions. You have to love yourself.
And you really do. And it's like sometimes you think you've gotten out because maybe, okay, this one is not physically abusive, but this one is verbally abusive. So, excuse me, you think, well, okay, he's not hitting me. Okay, he calls me names sometimes, but that's just when he's mad. But how
Mhm.
often is he mad?
Right.
What triggers him to be mad? like you said, it's going to escalate. Who knows where it's going to go next? Because, like you were saying, love, if they love you, they shouldn't call you names like that. They shouldn't treat you like that. And
Mm-mm.
so, and I want to, even talk about, yeah, love hurts. Healthy love hurts, but I think it hurts because, sometimes you just don't agree on a situation.
Right.
Sometimes you want to move and go this place and they're not ready to move, things like that.
Mhm.
But like you said, but hurting physically, mentally, emotionally, and all the time, constantly, you never know when there's going to be a good day. Those are
Mhm.
just not good relationships.
Mm-mm.
And the thing you talked about, that mental state, because people are always, everybody's not going to love you, everybody's not going to talk well of you, but when you know who you are and you
Mm.
know you've done the best you can, when
Right.
you know that you're a good person, and
Mhm.
not a perfect person, but I'm a good person, so when people start talking about you or saying things, it kind of starts sliding off of you, kind of
Mhm.
goes over your head. Oh, well, they don't really know me, so I mean, they can have their opinion, they don't know who I am, but
Yeah.
you're secure in who you are. And it's a process, people, men and women, it's a process.
Mhm.
So don't, you know, then sometimes because we'll beat ourselves up.
Yep.
So don't do that. Defend yourself. Know that you are worthy. Know that you are beautiful. I mean, Tiffany and I don't look alike, but we're both beautiful people. We're both
Yeah.
strong women.
Yes.
Everything that she has going on doesn't take away from what I'm doing, and what I'm doing definitely doesn't take away from what she's doing. But we're both making an impact. And so you got to be comfortable, because that is one thing, when people talk about you so much, then you start comparing yourself to other people.
Yes. That's
And
true.
that's a hard one when you compare yourself to others, right?
It is. It is. It is. Yep. Yeah. Yeah. So, it starts with your mental. Um, it starts with you realizing that this is one, not a good relationship, and then two, you don't deserve this. You don't deserve it. Your kids don't deserve it. And then you have to make the decision to leave, get out in the relationship. It's not always easy. You have to have a plan because sometimes it's not safe to leave. But if it hasn't escalated yet to the point that you physically aren't in danger yet, and I say yet, time to go. If you feel it in your gut that this is going to escalate, it's going to get worse, it's not going to get better, and usually it doesn't get better, ladies. So if he's already calling you a bitch, he's already calling you a hoe, he's already telling you what you can and cannot do, he's already telling you what you can wear and what you can't wear, he's already tracking your steps, he's now stalking you, let him go as safely
Right.
as possible. Reach out to someone, reach out to me. I got you. Reach out to me, reach out to someone if you feel physically threatened or you feel that there's a potential for violence. Get the police involved, get your brother involved, your daddy involved, get an advocate involved. There are resources for domestic violence, sexual assault, all kinds of resources for domestic violence to get out that relationship that can help you get out that relationship safely.
Right.
And it's time to go. You don't deserve it. No matter what somebody did to you in your past, no matter what your dad did, no matter what your uncle did, no matter what your brother did, no matter what happened to you at childcare, whatever, no matter what happened to you in the past, you don't deserve it. You don't deserve
Right.
to continue the cycle and you don't deserve to go through this again. It's time
Right.
to look out for yourself. It's okay to be selfish. It's
Yep.
okay.
Come on.
It's okay to love yourself. It's okay to take care of yourself. It's okay to
Yep.
be selfish when it comes to your life and your children's life.
Yeah.
Get out of the situation as quickly as you can, as safely as you can. And if you need help or you need a plan to get out, reach out to me, reach out to Aly, reach out
Yeah.
to so many other resources out there. Google domestic violence help
Yep.
near me. Something will
Yep.
come up, I promise you. Because there's too much of it going on. It has to stop. And it stops with you taking a stand and getting out that relationship, but it starts here.
Exactly. And like you're saying, reach out to that safe person. And, and now, and I know a lot of times when people have children, they're like, well, that's their dad. I'm gonna have to be involved, da 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 da. But I think too, what I've heard people say is document everything. Don't leave it somewhere where they can get to it. But now with modern technology, put it
Mhm.
in your phone, send it to somebody that you trust, and then delete
Mhm.
it off your phone. You know what I'm saying? So you have documentation, you have pictures of what has happened, and so there
Yep.
is a way, you know, but
Yep.
you have to have a plan.
Yes, and even domestic violence websites, if you go on them, they have an emergency way that you get out. So it's very easy. You just click on it and it'll take the whole thing down. So if he's in the house and you're trying to find help, most domestic violence websites or even some police websites now, it's like a button. You'll see it. It's going to be evident somewhere on the top part of the page or side part of the page. Some of them are even popping up in the corner, like where the chats usually are, that says
Hmm.
exit now. So they're domestic violence is real.
Yeah.
Police are being trained to handle domestic violence, not just going to the house looking and seeing who got hit first and all that kind of stuff. Because women were getting locked up because they fought back, and he called the police, and now he's got a scratch on his face,
Right.
or she defended himself and he's got a bruise or something. The woman's getting locked up. Now she's got charges against her because the police are only looking at who's got the body physical evidence, which is wrong. When you've
Right.
got this 6 foot man and this 5'4" woman, you don't
Right.
know what happened before you got there. So police are being trained to respond to domestic violence differently now, with compassion, with understanding, and realizing that you can mess a woman's life up. Do you know how many women I have met in shelters who have lost their high paying jobs and their high paying positions because the man filed charges against her and now she's got a record when she was the victim? I see it too
Right.
many times. I've seen it too many times.
And isn't that crazy? Because I mean, a woman can call the police out 5 times,
Mm-hmm.
can get a restraining
And
order, but
unfortunately,
men don't lose their jobs like we
mm-mm.
do. It's a lot of
Unfortunately,
stuff
yeah,
that still needs to be changed in
yeah,
our
there are.
legislation.
So police officers are being trained now. They have been the last few years more diligently than before to respond to calls better. And I know a lot of times we don't want to call the police because this is the father of our children or because you love him. I get it. But if it's not the police, tell somebody, someone that you trust. Tell your best friend, because she probably already knows. But guess
Right.
what? You know what they told me when I finally left my last abusive relationship? I called the police several times. Guess what they told me?
What?
No, actually, I'm going to tell you, this was a good police officer. Two good police officers that responded to me. This was their second time coming to my house. And they asked me, "Are you ready to go?"
Mhm.
And I said, "Yes." And as soon as I said yes, they went into action. They put him out the house to get me out the house. They gave me an hour to get my stuff. I got my stuff. I loaded up my vehicle and I got out of there. I never went back. Your best friend, I'm sure they already know that you're going through some stuff. I'm trying not to
Right.
curse because I'm passionate right now. I'm
Yeah.
serious about this.
Right.
I'm
I
serious about
know.
this. They already know if you haven't told them. Your mama, I'm sure if she loves you and she's in tune with you, she already knows, even if
Hmm.
you haven't said anything. Somebody knows what's going on. Reach out to that somebody that if it's not the police, and you let them know I'm ready to go. And I bet you they will go into action because they already knew, if you didn't tell them already, that something was not right. They done told you that your man ain't no good, even if they don't know that he's abusive. They done told you that your woman, something ain't right about her man. You need to get away from that broad.
Right. Right.
You're ready to go. And I bet
Right.
you, as soon as you say that you're ready or that you need help, I bet you whoever that you trust, that you've been talking to, or that loves you and knows you, they will go into action. And if they don't, they're not a true friend.
Right. And like you said, I do want to, reiterate that this is for men too, this advice, because it's happening a lot to men as well these days.
These
And so
women crazy.
there's no shame or what'd you say?
So these women, they can be crazy out here. I'm telling you.
Right. Just there's no shame, because a lot of times they don't want to tell because they're like, oh, that'll make me look like a punk or a wimp or
Mm-hmm.
whatever people want to call them. But whatever, it's your life too. You got to live too, and you're still looking out for your kids because some women, just because they mother a child or they birth a child, doesn't mean they're a good mother to that child.
Mm-hmm.
So they can be abusive to the children as well. So definitely, hope you're taking good notes. Getting some ideas. Be able to share this video with some friends or somebody you feel like Tiffany said, is going through something, but they just don't want to tell yet. So make sure you share this video. But I think this is a good lead into the promo that we're going to show right now for the event happening tonight, Breaking the Silence. Doors open tonight at 6 o'clock at the going to be sponsored or not sponsored, but it's hosted at the Central Piedmont Community College, Tate Hall. But it's Gen 3 Alliance and Productions is putting this on. So let's see that promo, and we'll be right back with more from Tiffany Brown.
Thank you.
Save me from me. Save me from me. Save me from me. Project SOG.
Hey, everybody. Welcome back to Making Connections. And that was a promotion of an event that's happening this evening at the Charlotte Piedmont Community College, Tate Hall. And it's being put on by Gen 3 Alliance and Productions, also called SOG. They're Saving Our Generation. And so it's a domestic violence and sexual assault fundraiser. Go to Eventbrite. The tickets for admission are free, but it will be a fundraiser. There'll be food, there'll be performances. So, come out and support. Definitely, we're talking to Tiffany Brown. She has written her book, Reality Check. Conditions is scheduled to come out the end of July. If you haven't read Reality Check, get that book. Go to her website, www.tiffanybrown.com. You can order it from there and get ready for the release. Show it to us, Tiffany, so they'll know.
Yep. So this is the first book, Reality Check, A Survivor Story. The second book is Conditions, A Love Story, which you guys had in the opening credits. So I'm really looking forward to it. I am just excited about releasing the second book. People have been asking me, when am I going to release it? My first readers have been asking me when I'm going to release it. So I'm very, very excited about releasing it and having it's it's a private event that I'm having on July 23rd, but I've invited friends, family, supporters like you, Miss Aly, like
Yay.
Jonathan of Blacktopia, who's been supporting me throughout
Yeah.
my advocacy and throughout my businesses, including being an author. So if you don't mind, I gotta get back to you. There we go. Is it possible for me to share my screen? Am I able to do that?
No, I don't think so.
No. Okay. All right. So I just was going to read to you very quickly the intro to Melanie or to
Okay.
the condition book. It's on my website. So Tiffany L. Brown, if you go to the shop tag, you will see the cover of our beautiful star in this book, which is Melanie. And so the description tells you that Melanie is all grown up now and navigating becoming her own woman while trying to live up to the conditions of her family and friends. Making her own path is important to Melanie after all she's been through, including choosing to have a relationship with the daughter she gave away and the possibility of love. Melanie knows she's different and is still fighting demons that not only challenge her as a woman, but her future. Will the conditions in her life for better or for worse? Find out in the second book in the reality series, and also catch up with Tony and Denise too from the first book, Reality Check, and fall in love again with the strong women of the Reality Check series. So that is the description for
Yes.
conditions, and it's coming out. Its debut will be July 23rd.
All right, y'all heard it here. Listen, y'all stay tuned. It's gonna be awesome. But
Yes, ma'am.
Tiffany, I definitely, would not do you a service if I didn't give you opportunity to tell all the other stuff you have going on because, we've talked about you being a wife and a mother of three, the age differences and how things are going, being an author, but you also have, and like I said, ever since I've known you, you've been in the community, you've been an advocate. And, I often think about the thing you used to do uptown Charlotte when you would give up
Mm-hmm.
hugs,
Yep.
just letting people know that somebody cares, that you can make it. Just that little strength and that hug will probably made somebody's day who was
Mm-hmm.
maybe even thinking about, committing suicide. You never know the impact you truly have,
Mm-hmm.
but I appreciate you doing all that you can. And so tell us about, I know you have Urban City Connect, Love and Lust Lingerie, like you said, you got businesses, girl.
Yes. So I started Urban City Connect, which is a networking organization that I started because networking to me is really important. So, when there's ever anything in, I always make sure that I connect with you, Aly. I connect with Jonathan. I connect with, the young ladies that I mentioned earlier. And I like to support people that support me. And so networking is very important to me. I have a huge network of professional people in my life that are also friends, other advocates, organizations, community leaders, politicians, other authors. And so I wanted the opportunity to kind of promote from within because that's what networking is all about. So I started Urban City Connect. You can find us on Facebook and Instagram. We started out doing one monthly event on the last Wednesday of the month at First and Goal. So we are doing one on Wednesday, which is our industry night. So it's for artists, for creators, for creatives, for poets, for singers, rappers, performers, artists. So anybody who is a creative mind and doing creative things, I want you to come out and meet me and some other artists in the community this Wednesday, June 29th. It starts at 7 at First and Goal. It is a free admission event. We're also looking for vendors. So we do have some vendor spots still available. So I'm putting the link in the comments right now for you to find out more about it on Eventbrite. So it's uccartist.eventbrite.com. So if you have a book, if you have a label, if you're a producer, if you're a promoter, anybody that does anything creative, so that's a big, broad range
Right.
on Wednesday to network with other creatives and put your brand out there for free. You can walk around, you can do business cards. We are looking for 2 people to perform. If you want to, we put people on the mic throughout the night to talk about their brand and talk about what they're doing. So it's going to be a good time. So come out this Wednesday. We also have now, we've added a second event in the month, which is going to be on the second Thursdays at the Doghouse Bar and Grill off of Albemarle Road. And that's our professional networking night. So even our creatives, because y'all are professionals, right?
Right.
Like Erica Badu says, you're sensitive about your shit. So you're also, you're also business people. If you're painting, if you're selling your books, if you're selling records, well, we don't have records anymore. That shows my age. If you're selling CDs, or you got stuff on, what is it, Spotify and all that kind of stuff.
Right.
You don't have to go to a record store anymore. Do they even have record stores anymore? I don't even know.
I was thinking about that the other day. I don't think they
Can you actually go to a place and actually get CDs nowadays? Because you can just download everything. But it's professional networking night. So we're looking for professionals, business owners, small business owners, nonprofits, community leaders. Come on out on Thursdays, the second Thursdays at the Doghouse Bar, which our next one is going to be July 14th. And we're going to be talking to a lot of nonprofits and community leaders at this event. So if you're interested in volunteering in the community, if you want to be a part of your community, if you love your community, and you're also a professional, a business owner, and so forth, we want you to come out because these are some opportunities for your business to give back. That's important when you're a business owner or you're a business to give back to your community. So come out, come network with some other professionals, some other business owners, community leaders. And that's on July 14th at the Doghouse Bar off of Albemarle Road. I will put the link in the comments for that right now.
Okay.
It's Unite the Community. So it's UCC Unite event at, uccunite.eventbrite.com. So that event is going to be on July 14th. We also have a group that you can join. We have over almost 700 members now. So you can join our group, Urban City Connect Events, to go ahead and start networking now. So you can post in there. You know how you have some groups they say you can't post your business and you can't do this and you can't do outside links. We don't have none of that. How you gonna network if you can't post?
I'm like, well, why are we in here?
So you can post all day long if you want. You don't want to post the same thing like 5 times, but you can post all day. You can post your links. You can post your flyers. You can comment on other professionals. You can put it out there and say, hey, I'm looking for a poet for my event, or I'm looking for a plumber for this. I've gone in there several times looking for somebody for a mechanic a couple of weeks ago. So if you want to go ahead and start networking now, you don't have to have a business. You could just be a professional that wants to network with other professionals.
Right.
So group Urban City Connect Events to go ahead and start networking today, and you'll see all of our events on there. We also have a Facebook page, Urban City Connect. So follow us and you'll see all of our events, all that we have going on. We promote our members on our pages, all of our social media platforms for free. It's definitely it's a vibe. It's a community that we're building. I'm very proud of it. It's grown quickly. We have amazing team. They're all professionals. We have Trey J, who's the manager of the Trey King Band and Just Fine Band. She's an artist, a performer. She's a mom. She's an advocate. We have Jonathan Coleman of Blacktopia. We have Sandy Adams. She's a hairstylist, but she also has her own business. We have Belinda Houston, who I mentioned earlier from God's Gift Baby Ministry. And we have Chris, who I also saw a flyer with him on there. He's a poet as well. He just joined our team, and we are so excited to have him on.
Okay, Chris Blackman.
Yep.
Okay. Yeah. He was at Janet Marie's book signing.
Mm-hmm. Yep, last Friday. Yep. Sure was. Yeah. So he joined our team this past week and a half now. He's been on our team, and he's already contributing in a very, very, very big way. So I'm very excited for our team. We have an excellent team.
Awesome. And that's so important, having a team, and like Tiffany says, when you're networking, and I think it was Marjorie, she said networking is key, but you have to support as well. And so that's major, because everybody wants you to produce their stuff, but then they don't support you. So Marjorie, well said. And we also, like you said, got to shout out Jonathan Coleman, because he's an awesome PR specialist. He said if you want some of the same, exposure that Tiffany's getting right now on these different shows and, at different events. Hit up Jonathan Coleman at info@mediablast.com. He is a PR specialist, and let me tell you, when you go to work with him, he goes to work for you. so
Yeah.
so definitely a good connection there. And Marjorie, who's on today, is with her husband E Love. They do a podcast as well, and so there's a lot of things that you have access to. And like I said, sometimes we just got to get out of the box and ask for some help. Just let somebody know what we're looking for, and then just see what drops. Because I've heard too many times a closed mouth won't get fed. You can try to give it to the baby, do the airplane, all that kind of stuff, but until they open their mouth, they're not going to take it in, right?
I like that. I like that. Yes. I have another announcement, if you don't mind, before we
Yeah, go
finish.
ahead. Yeah.
So, Aly, you have been on the Speak Up and Inspire series with me before. And during COVID, and then during the time that we found out that we were having our new daughter, I took a
Mhm.
break. So I am coming back with my podcast, so it's not going to be the Speak Up and Inspire series. I'm kind of broadening. So the Speak Up and
Mhm.
Inspire series was a platform for community leaders and advocates to talk about what they're doing in the community, to talk about really tough subjects to talk about, and also to support our community leaders and our advocates in the community. That is not going to change. I'm still going to have that platform because that's important to me. But I'm also going to be expanding to talk about some adult things, some grown stuff,
Yeah.
some things that might be controversial or taboo. I am right now in the process of changing over the Speak Up and Inspire series to the Private Room with Tiffany. That's going to be the name of it. And I'm very excited because it'll give me a chance to kind of show all sides of myself.
Yes.
um, and so we're looking for guests right now. And Aly, you're definitely going to be invited to be a guest. Um,
Yes. I like controversy. No, I'm just kidding.
yes. So not only
Yeah,
are
I
we
like
talking about,
discussion.
we're not going to be just talking about the community. We're not just going to be talking about, the good things that people are doing in the community. We're going to be talking about relationships, intimacy, sex, um, you know, uh, the hot topics that are going on in the news, maybe some funny things like Justin Timberlake trying to dance at the
Honey,
this week when he was trying to, I don't know what that was that he was trying to do. Um, some serious issues. Like we had a young lady, Miss Janae, she's a transgender female. She was attacked a couple of weeks ago.
oh,
We just heard the decision by the Supreme Court to reverse
that.
Wade. So we're gonna be talking about a lot of stuff, and
Mhm.
for guests right now. So I'm
Yeah.
really excited about that. So with conditions about to release in July and the podcast coming back in August, I'm like,
Yes.
got a lot going on, and I'm really excited.
I love it. I love it. I will be honored to be a guest. I love being in the room. I love discussions. I love
Mhm.
meeting people and talking about, because and the thing about it is I love it because we don't necessarily have to agree
Right.
on the
We don't.
opinion. We can just
Yeah.
have good dialogue and you can help me understand why you feel that way and I can give my opinion on why I feel. But at the end of the day, we still respect one another. And
Yes, ma'am.
that's what I like about that's mature conversation.
Yes.
So
Yes. And that says it perfectly. This is going to be a mature platform.
I love it. Well, I'm in. And so, and I know Wednesday nights I haven't been able to get there because I had to do something else. But for the next couple of months, we're changing
Mhm.
the time. So I hope to get to Urban Connect on one Wednesday night. And so
Yes, and
I'm
definitely try to come
excited.
out on Thursday nights too. At the new venue that we just started last month, actually, at the Doghouse Bar. We had a great time. We had a good turnout, and that's our professional night. So try to get out to that too.
Awesome. Awesome. Tiffany Brown, I love you. I love you, Jonathan. We appreciate everything, making these connections and, keeping us abreast of what's going on. I love, that you're, now that you're establishing a team and they can keep, us aware of what's going on. I know what that's like. And so, but take care of yourself. Sometimes you do have to
Yes,
rest. So, your good
yes,
friends will tell you that as well.
yes. Yes, yes,
because you got conditions coming up and all that kind of stuff. So make sure you take some time and just,
yes, ma'am.
that's what it's about, y'all. We want you to be encouraged. We want you to be a business woman, a businessman, be an artist, be an author, whatever is in your heart to do. But, but take care of yourself,
Yep.
love yourself, give
Self care
yourself
is
time to
important.
rest. Don't compare yourself to where somebody else's progress is to where your progress is. Your path is different. So you do it the best way that is for you. Okay. And so definitely, Tiffany, any last words before we leave?
Nope, just would love everybody to follow me on Facebook. You can find me on Facebook and Instagram, the Tiffany L Brown. My website is tiffanylbrown.com. Just follow me, reach out to me if you need a speaker or you are looking for vendors. Reach out to me. I'm always here to share my story when it comes to domestic violence and sexual assault. I'm a big advocate. So just reach out to me. My book, Reality Check, you can get it on my website. Miss Aly is going to um, give out 2 books. She will let me know who those awesome people are going to be for me to send a
Yeah.
signed copy of Reality Check. And go ahead and pre-order Conditions because I'm expecting it to be a hot seller because people have been waiting for it. So go ahead and get your pre-order. It's only $10. It's very cheap, very
Oh,
inexpensive.
yeah.
Yeah. So
Get
get it
one
on.
for yourself and for a friend. I mean, it's just to
Yeah.
me, that's a good investment to, your women's group, your take on the girls trip. Y'all come on now. Be creative.
All that, all that. Yes.
And
Thank
definitely, we didn't get to talk about it, but buy Love and Lust lingerie at
you.
www.love and lust, and that's LOVENLUST. So
Yep.
loveandlustlingerie.com.
That's my
Y'all better
picture.
go on that website. I'm saying, if you got in a relationship, see, there she is.
Love and
And
Lust Lingerie.
we're gonna talk about that next photo shoot because I didn't get an invite for that. But we're gonna talk about that. We're gonna talk about that.
Okay. All right. Yep. If you want some lingerie, well, we have men's stuff too. So lingerie, we have apparel, we have custom shirts that you're not going to find anywhere else. Some sexy and funny shirts you're not going to find anywhere else. We have men's stuff, so some sexy things for men. We have boxers and robes and all that kind of stuff. So
Yeah.
loveandlustlingerie.com.
Let me tell you, y'all better follow her. Keep abreast of everything that's going on.
So much going on.
So Tiffany, again, thank you so much. And Alan, if you can, I'm gonna, say my last little remarks, and then if you'll end with the promo that's for tonight. It is happening tonight. Doors open at 6 p.m. Breaking the Silence. Again, it's about domestic violence and a sexual assault awareness. It is a fundraiser taking place at Central Piedmont Community College, Tate Hall. I had the address in my mind, 1206 Elizabeth Avenue, I believe it is, in Charlotte. Doors open at 6 p.m. And so, again, Tiffany, thank you. So, there's my baby. Hey, girl. She wants to come hang out with me one weekend, Tiffany. I'm just saying, I can see it in her eyes. And so, thank you again, Tiffany. Y'all make sure you follow her. Go ahead and get Reality Check. I will be choosing 2 winners. You have to be participating. You gotta, put some comments. You gotta share the video. So I'm gonna be watching who's doing what, and then after I make my decision, somebody's gonna get 2 free copy. Well, 2 people are gonna get a free copy of Reality Check. And if you haven't gotten it, you got to get it. So you'll be ready for the release of Conditions happening at the end of July, this July, like in some weeks. Okay. All right. So as always, we appreciate you. We're here every Saturday at 12 noon, every Monday at 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Go on Facebook, like our page, join the Facebook group. Like Tiffany says, Jonathan goes in there, drops stuff that's going on, events that are happening. You can post in there, support one another in there. And so definitely, we're going to end on this promo. But until next time, as always, we're leaving you with love, positivity, and good vibes. Have a great day, everybody. Bye, Tiffany.